It's getting postponed.
Who remembers this? Today, 1 year ago. Hi, and welcome to a new vlog. So this is how we wake up today. Not just cloudy, but it has been raining literally since the beginning of the day. So if you haven't seen yesterday's video, at first I was talking about why I don't like dogs, especially the smaller breed dogs being my least favorite. And then I had cut this finger with a knife and it was very spooky. And so we had to put a band-aid on. Now it's so much better. It doesn't even bleed anymore. The mark still shows, but thankfully it doesn't bleed. Okay, right. This is like the third time that this carpet is just moving. So, yeah, I'll just take care of it like this. Yep. I don't know what it even is. None of the windows are open, not even partially. Alright, folks, it's out of hand. This weather today is out of hand. It's freaking windy out there. That's what made this carpet just move around right at the door. Yep, ignore these drops of rain. It has stopped raining for some time. It has opened. Partially it has opened. Look at my finger now. It looks like a cat has scratched it. Okay, well, I'm now gonna make a joke about this. Imagine it being a street cat. So one day I go out on the streets and a street cat just jumps right onto my finger and he goes and scratches it like this. Wow, that was kind of narrow. That was kind of narrow. Yep, come on. Oh, there we go. Yep, this is the one. This is the one that I've been looking for. All right. Well, what the frick is this with? All right. Oh well. All right. Well, I don't even know what it is. It still doesn't turn on. I was planning to customize some more levels, but it doesn't even work. Yes, we have went out and got plenty of stuff. And yep, I mean, yeah, it has already stopped raining, but it's been pretty chilly the entire day almost, and just gonna have to go down there and plug this in. I don't know what the issue is. Love Fool. Yep, let's play Love Fool again. Alright, well, I'm not gonna talk a lot about the weather, but for the rest of today's vlog, it is story time. And this is gonna be a recap kind of story. I've been talking about Careers Day for some of the videos in the last 1 month and a half. It's getting postponed. Who remembers this? Today, 1 year ago, it was just an ordinary start. And as soon as we got into classes, that's when all that depression and grief began. Like, we were constantly talking about the arrival of SARS-2. And then into break time, that's when we heard about a careers fair that we had been planning for close to 2 months, which had been postponed. And yeah, that was point zero of this entire story. It all began with our planned Careers Day, which had been postponed. And yes, in the first email regarding all that, it had said postponed, but as we had approached the end of the academic year, still stuck at home, they cancelled it. And so before we heard about the postponement of Careers Fair, we were working quite hard on the presentations. We started with the presentations, and in the presentations we have explained how we will implement this whole procedure of this fair, dividing people into groups. And the plan was to make this the toys. So we were planning to make toys for the Careers Fair. And when we moved to doing Excel sheets, we would think of alternative prizes to give out.
for the best toy. The group that makes the best toy and put out some like salaries and brands and this and all that.
Because now it's March 11th and I still don't find it useful. And it's March 11th again.
And yeah, that was devastating. The following morning, I woke up with the flu, and it really was just like the lockdown in Italy because of SARS 2, and I couldn't get out of bed. I had a nose constipation, and I just couldn't do anything. I couldn't even go out to the balcony. Like, forget about neighborhood exercise. I couldn't even go out to the balcony because of that sickness I had. And I gave myself the opportunity the following day to go to school one more time before they closed. And so I didn't fully recover on that Friday, that was March 13th. And so even if I didn't fully recover, I went. I told myself I should go. I should go to school right before they closed down for an indefinite period of time. And on that weekend, in between the schools closing and then us moving to online lessons, it was pretty empty on the roads. Not many people. During the first week of me doing online lessons, most other places were still offering service. Restaurants, shopping malls, pastries, bakeries, barbers. And then when we came to the weekend, they closed. And on that Saturday of March 21st, 2020, I was doing street exercising on my own. And on the following day, March 22nd, which was Sunday of the week, me and my mom did exercise before going to my grandma's house. And that was just the beginning. Later in the day of March the 22nd, last year, after leaving my grandma's house, we continued doing some grocery shopping and more supplies. And I ended at my mom's house for 5 hours until 5 p.m. And afterwards, we went to my dad's house. And the following day, I started staying at home. And so, as well, a 15-day period of constantly playing games. Yes, at the beginning of this SARS 2 story, I had to spend at least 4 nights of the week with my dad because my mom was super busy with her thesis and I had to leave her to do all that. Out of that 15-day period where I'd constantly play games, on the 5th, 8th, 10th, 12th, and 15th day of that period, with the first day being the 1504th episode of these vlogs, and the 15th being 1518. For these vlogs, that was episodes 1508, 11, 13, 15, and 18, which once again are days 5, 8, 10, 12, and 15 of that period of constantly playing games. Those were the ones that the constant games weren't as constant as I had said so. For example, the 12th day of the constant games, which was 1515 of these vlogs, April 3rd, 2020. I did a neighborhood exercise at some point, and that was the first one, which later that evening, the stay-at-home rule became a government order. And so we moved right to my dad's house at 8:40 p.m. that evening. And so on the following day, which was the 13th day of the constant games, I had said to you guys that after the 15th day, I would end it there. And so I would move to doing up to 3 vlog videos per week, which on my birthday week, I only did 2 of them. May came along and things started to relax bit by bit. On May the 15th, which had landed on a Friday last year, I took my first street exercise since March the 22nd. And that was with a difference of 54 days. And so as we got to the middle of May, I took myself for a street exercise on Fridays as stay-at-home regulations eased bit by bit. when the calendar showed June, I finally got rid of lockdown. And one way to make the best of each day was street exercising and taking as many steps as I could. And after June came, I enjoyed it so much. And that was with a difference of 70 days between the beginning and the end of my lockdown. Well, guys, that is just about that to say for today's vlog. That's all for today's story. Another one of those days that there really wasn't anything to do, but today marked a year since this whole SARS-2 crap began. It all began with careers fair. And yeah, we were working very hard on it. Yes, I can still admit today that we've been working pretty hard, and it was supposed to take place on March the 13th of 2020, which instead was the last day of school before schools got shut down because of SARS-2. And they had initially said for 2 weeks. And then when March ended, they extended it through to April. And then after my birthday, they had extended through to May. And in the middle of May, they say closed for the rest of the year. And we have been training ourselves very hard for this careers fair. We were pretty excited for it. And all the careers fair associated bits and posters were pretty much all around every single school building. And we were looking so forward to it. But guys, I'm not going to talk about it more, and I'm not going to talk about the rest of my story. How has it been for you guys between the middle of March and whenever you guys got out of your spring 2020 lockdown? Like from middle of March, whether if it was the 10th, 11th, or 12th, 13th, and how crap was it? Was it even worse than how I had it, or was it not even as bad as I had it? I will see you in the vlog tomorrow. Have a good day.